PharmaVentures, experts in deals and alliances.
Hello and welcome to PharmaVentures Insights here at Genesis 2016 in London. On the show today I have Tuba Yamach of BCF. Tuba, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. BCF, I understand you're a multi-jurisdictional patent attorney in BCF. What does that mean?
So what it means is that I started off my career in London and about 15 years ago I trained as a UK and European patent attorney after a scientific career. And more recently, about 10 years ago, we moved to Canada and I'm now based in Montreal in a law firm where I practice as a Canadian patent attorney. I'm pretty lucky because I'm part of a really international patent team at BCF. We have Americans on board who do American patent prosecution and litigation for the US Patent Office. We have Japanese colleagues, we have other European colleagues, and so we're really able to advise our clients with a fully international IP strategy.
Right, so people shouldn't just view you as a Canadian company that does Canada and they've got to go elsewhere for big markets like the US. You can do the whole lot.
Well, yes, exactly. And in fact, you probably know that Canada's seen as a bit of a backdoor into the US market, which is clearly bigger than the Canadian market. And so we often do represent clients coming from overseas who set up shop in Quebec, but have their eye on the bigger US market. And the reason why Quebec is so attractive to them is that as a province, it has 25% lower overheads, operating costs, than the other major cities of North America. It's a big life sciences hub. We have friends at Ernst & Young that pretty recently told me that apparently Quebec is now seen as the third out of the top 3 life sciences hub after Boston and California. And we just have a lot of universities. There's a lot of educated people. There's talent. So people are more and more beginning to come into Quebec, establish their R&D, benefit from the brilliant tax breaks, and then launch into the US after that to access where the real money is.
So you can prosecute patents, you can take them through, get the patents granted and help with all that stuff, but you're not just patent attorneys.
No, we like to call ourselves innovation specialists because we love what we do, we love technology, we love innovation, and I guess it came about after just some frustration of seeing the smaller SME type clients not succeed in the marketplace because it was their first time, a lack of mentorship, a lack of network. And so we've decided to expand our expertise, grow our network so that especially startups, when they come to us, we can share our network with them. So for example, I specialize in medical devices. My PhD was in orthopedic implants. And in the last 15 years of my career, I've done all sorts of different medical device type work. And so I've built up a network of regulatory advisors before the FDA, before Health Canada, in Europe for the CE marking. And the same thing with investors. The valley of death is just as true in the medical device industry as in life science. So that's where we really try and help out. All of us as well in our team have all worked in-house in companies, varying from small to medium to large corporations. Myself, I worked in a medical device company in-house and helped them through a number of very big deals. And so experiencing that for the first hand, you really live and feel what it takes for that company to partner. And it's not just identifying the appropriate partner for them to grow, but it's really about maximizing their value in front of that partner. So how do we align their intellectual property right from the beginning so they attract that partner, but also another partner with another aspect of their technology? And so that's what we really love doing.
Right.
That it's always the business goal is the end goal, and we work backwards from there. Okay,
that's always a good place to start. Start at the end and work backwards.
That's right.
Do you tend to work with the smaller companies mainly, or is it a broad spectrum of companies that use your services?
It's a broad spectrum. So we do have at BCF, we have a great startup package with a number of institutions, innovation centres in Montreal. And we're expanding that. So on the startup side, our philosophy is it's really, rather than taking their money, but it's all about training them and educating the startup, giving them the tools that as their IP grows, as their business grows, how do they manage that in-house? So they'll need us less and less. and that's how we support them. And then of course we do have the larger corporations. We also help them manage budgets as they grow. The problems are different, that they face are different. Often with the successful corporate clients, there's a lot of copying and Me Too, so that now we're dealing with infringement and how we prepare them for infringement to make sure that when it does finally come, nobody's freaking out because we're ready, we know how to invalidate that patent, or we have a strategy in place for how to deal with it.
So you get involved in the litigation side too? We
don't litigate before the courts, we do before the patent offices, but we have trusted, excellent go-to people for the higher court level litigation.
And what's the business model? Is it typical lawyer business model? Pay by the minute, or
are you
innovative there as well?
Yeah, so BCF is we're about 200 professionals, and we're nimble enough. We're small enough to be nimble at the moment. So what it means is that we can tailor a package to that client's needs. So, for example, some of the smaller clients, they don't want a reporting letter every time we receive a letter from the patent office. They don't need that reported in a letter that they don't then read. So what we'll do is we'll scoop it all up and we'll go to them. We love going to visit them. We'll go there once a month or twice a month and just lay out all the different patent issues that they need to deal with at that time. And at the same time, it means that we can fact find for ourselves. The more we understand what their business is about, the better we can help them. And they may not have spotted some issues. You know, for them it was nothing, that they just started doing some new R&D on a new characterization method because their focus is in developing a new material. But by being there on their premises and chatting to them, we'll identify that actually there's an invention there, and that new characterization tool they've invented is a low-hanging fruit. They can go ahead and license that to a partner that's in a completely different technical field than their target, generate some funds, and off they go. So we find that works really well.
So you've really got a broad spread around all the different things that you're doing. Why are you here in London?
So I'm from London originally, as I said, and I come back pretty frequently. And the more we see, I just see a parallel in terms of the business culture between Quebec and the UK. Quebec's not particularly well known to the Brits, and I felt like there was a lot of partnership opportunities, and in line with our vision of expanding our network to help our clients, then this is all part of that. So to be able to come to Genesis, we've brought many of our clients with us. We persuaded the Quebec government to form a trade mission around the Genesis conference, and they've been magnificent. They've organised activities for us and the delegates in Oxford and Cambridge as well. And at the same time, we're here right next to our clients, helping them with meetings, discussing possible opportunities. So it's a joy. There's a win-win there for everybody. Absolutely.
Well, we should look forward to seeing you back again next year and other similar events, and maybe we can do the same thing in Quebec.
We would very much welcome anyone from the UK. It would be wonderful.
Well, that would be lovely. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
PharmaVentures, experts in deals and alliances.